Get ready. Everybody hit the like button. Hit the like button, hit the share button. Get it out there. Let's go. Gotta do some kingdom business today. In the name. YAHUAH. How about YAHUAH? Yeah. Name of YAHUAH. Get ready. What we got going on, Lena? What we got going on?
We got a lounge, family. This is very, very excited. I'm very happy to see you all here. I was calling those that I can see here in the chat. Welcome, Eric. Welcome, Robert Aronson, Donna, Sister Donna, Daniel Levy, Renee, Hannah Taylor, Sherry, Herod. We have Diane Casey. I think you're in Vegas. Norman. Wow, we have amazing Joe and Ebony, Monica, Lupian. Welcome to this Telethon. Welcome to YAHUAH daughter, Nima from Oregon. Welcome, James Gardner. Daryl Williams. We got a lot of people in this Telethon. Welcome to all our family on Facebook. Billy Henry. We have Marlene Carroll. We have John Six. Welcome to our Telethon. This is our lounge Telethon for our Tanakh campaign. We are very excited to tell the world that the whole campaign of the Barashiyt New Testament was done, was completed, and right now, this moment, there is a book, a proof, a prototype.
I'll be right back.
Yes, there is right now a prototype in a delivery truck going around the cities of Cali, and is going to be delivered today in our hands. To see and analyze every single detail of this book. And once we give thumbs up, the printing company is going to start production. So get ready for all those package holders, because you will receive that book as soon as you can imagine. So 2 to 3 weeks the printing company is going to take to print them, and then whatever time is going to take to get to your places. So the day everything is printed, the next day or the same day, shipments are going to start happening. So it's just a very exciting moment, because it's been a big journey, like every one of you, welcome William Kennedy, Marvin, we have Patricia, Brian Robertson. You all been here since the moment of the beginning of this this dream. It was it was commanded. YAHUAH wanted his word to go out the right way and be expressed how he told those people many years ago, many centuries ago, and be able to bring back his truth. So first, it's been an honor to be in this journey and have so many of you coming along with us as a family, as a group, as a big community in YAHUAH's name. So we're very excited that this campaign have been completed, and now we're starting the Tanakh. It's time to get the proper respect and the proper translation to those prophets and to Masha and to all the words that Yahusha established as the basis of his belief, of the basis of everything that he created. Right here in the Tanakh, we're going to have the beginning of the world. and how everything's supposed to happen. That was the book that Yahuwah Mashiach was teaching when he was here on earth. You know, all the disciples, that's what they was teaching in the temple, in the temples, in the alcohol, with the alcohol. So I'm very excited, Brother Jay. What do you think of this day and being able to do this lounge today with all our family here together?
No, I'm excited because me and you have not talked about what you just said when you said the Tanakh is where it all started. So I'm thinking, did Lena come in here and check out what I had up on my screen?
No, I
Did
did
you
not.
come in? Did you come in my office and see what I had on the screen?
Not at all.
Hey, we get ready to get him, brother Dwayne. Dwayne Gordon's in the building. He said, "Woe to these false prophets." I'm telling you, Lena said it started all with the Tanakh. See, the Barit Hadash must, has to. There is no wiggle room here. It has to 100% agree with the Tanakh.
Yes.
Any Barit Hadash that does not 100% agree with the Tanakh, the Old Testament, is a false translation.
Yes.
Now, I gotta tell you, let me put an asterisk by that because Lena, we gotta deal with good intentions. Now, here's the thing: you're not gonna be able to cash good intentions. You're not gonna get into the kingdom of Yahuwah with good intentions. But we have to have some empathy in understanding that there are people that had good intentions when it came to translations, but they have to be corrected now.
Yes.
Because the Yahuwah says the end is not going to come until the Bashura, to the real word. That's the good news. So you don't have any good news if you got false news. If you got mixed up contradictory news. That's not good news. So the Bashura has not been properly preached throughout the ends of the world. It started in Jerusalem. It started over there. It spread out. It dispersed, but it did not get itself what you would call completely infiltrated throughout all societies. Satan cut it off, and for whatever reason, Yahuwah allowed it to happen. Now we know, Lena, why he allows things to happen. It always comes down to what? Obedience.
Yes.
That's why he says,
Decision.
"Remember." Say that again, Hunt.
Decision was like what people are going to decide. He's giving us that allowance. You know, like you have the power of decide who you follow.
You got that power. You got that power. As a matter of fact, all right, now watch. We simplified up the domain because they're trying to mess with our domain, so we simplified it. All right. So let's get that
Yes.
tightened up. On the screen, watch what's happening now. All right. So tsinfo.org. All right. Satan started attacking tsntot.org. We cracking up. But the team did a
Yes.
quick pivot. So now the main focus, and we'll put it on the material, is tsinfo.org. Going to take you to the same place where you can contribute. Now, Lena, I'm going to start this telethon off in the Tanakh in the very first book. We've all covered it before. I mean, if you've been around, you've heard me go dial in from the true scriptures. Barashiyt. You've heard me hit Barashiyt chapter 1 if you've been around. But we're going to launch the campaign with chapter 1. Now, it's important to understand, who is it that wrote Barashiyt, Genesis? Who wrote that? Lena, who wrote that book?
Masha.
Now, how did he come from your best of your understanding, my lovely wife? How did Masha come to understand how to write that book?
Yahuwah was talking to him directly. He spoke directly with Yahuwah. He thought like he have a personal relationship with Yahuwah. And
You see,
out of my best of my understanding too, I know
okay.
Yahuwah have designated messengers to help him write this book.
So what was Masha doing up on that mountain all that time? You remember when he
Because
disappeared? You remember when he disappeared by 40 days and they were down there and they started becoming disobedient? Where is he coming back? What was he doing up on that mountain? Him and Yahuwah and the messengers, what were they doing? Have you ever stopped and asked yourself what went down during that 40 days up on that mountain? What went down when Masha used to go into the tent that followed them for 40 years, Lena?
yeah,
Huh? What went down in there? Talk. Let me think about it. Just stop and think.
yeah. It's like if you go and sit down right now with Yahuwah, what all the questions would you ask him? And I think that's what Masha was saying. You know, he just find out about Yahuwah. We all need to understand that Masha was raised in Egypt as an Egyptian. He was
Teach it,
going
baby.
to be the king. Like he was going to dominate Egypt. He was going to be the one that was going to give the orders to the whole land, the whole land. And then he find out about Yahuwah. What do you think he's going to do with Yahuwah himself in front of him? Ask him every single detail on how everything started, how he found out, how he got to the place he is right there. Like, I'm actually even thinking, I'm like, when I sit down with Yahuwah, Yahuwah, get you sit down because I'm going to be talking and asking you everything. So I think Masha was like, tell me everything.
I mean, see, these are the questions we got to ask that leads us into all understanding. You see, hardly any of us have stopped and thought, why did Masha disappear from the people for 40 days? He let them out of Matzah, that's Egypt. You understand what I'm saying, Sister Ashley? She said such an amazing thought. He leads them out of Matzah. They've been there for 430 years in captivity, slaves. 430 years, Sister Yamani. 430. So they were enslaved. Now check this out. How long have you been enslaved in your mind? Talk to me. How long have you been enslaved?
Yeah.
Talk. Like your mama and your daddy more than likely raised you up in organized religion or no religion. Hey, that's what we used to say when I grew up in the country. You in a gooch. You are in a gooch. That means you're between a rock and a hard place because you either grew up with organized religion or no religion. So you've been in from the time you was born, you was enslaved. Now ask yourself, how long were my parents enslaved? Did they grow up with organized religion or no religion? What about my What about my grandparents? What about my great grandparents? How many generations can you go back until you find? I'm talking to you. I'm talking to me. Let's all challenge ourselves here in this telethon today. This is Operation Now.
Ow.
See that, Lena? This is Operation Now. We ain't talking about what's coming. We're
Yesterday,
not talking
tomorrow.
about what's happened. We're talking about now. You got to ask yourself the question. Great grandmama, how many generations can you personally identify the person in your generation that called on the name of Yahuwah? Put their name in the chat. Put it in the chat. If you know your great grandmama or granddaddy, I'm talking about direct lineage, mom and dad, grandparents, great grandparents. How many can identify their name? Put them in the chat. Patricia says 0. Lena?
I can't identify nobody. Actually, I don't even I cannot even pass over 3 generations to know who they were.
Like, who handed you, Lena, down the book that said, this is the commandments of Yahuwah. This is to remind you how he brought the children out of Matzah. Because my great-great-great-grandmama gave it, my great-great-granddaddy gave it to me. The instructions.
None. I don't think there's nobody in this world unless is someone very, very special from Yahuwah that we know it might be still alive from thousands of years
Look at
ago.
the chat. Man, look at the chat. Look at the chat.
None.
None. Zero.
No.
Not one. No one. See? I, as a 30-plus year scholar, following Yahuwah for 17-plus years, I studied, Lena, we got to make sure everybody, I got to qualify this because you've heard this. Now, take this into perspective. I study 6 to 10 hours a day. I became an etymologist. Etymology is the study of the origins of words. I spent 6 to 10 hours a day going back as far as I could to get the origins of language and words and how did we get here in this language that I'm speaking.
Yeah. You know, now thinking, I think like our son will be able to say, my parents handed, he born with the books in his hand.
Hold on. Say that again. Our son, who is 9 years old.
Yeah.
He's not gonna say none. He gonna say my mama and daddy. Think about how powerful of an opportunity that we have in our hands now, that our children will say my mama, my daddy, or my mother, or my dad, my parents.
Yeah, my parents or my grandparents from birth, they told me about Yahuwah. I don't know nothing about no JCs and no God. That's
think about that. So when Kai has his children, go ahead, son. Go ahead, honey. I'm fired up.
And me too.
While I'm drinking my fresh tangerine juice. Lena got me some fresh tangerine juice. Y'all ever had that? I'm sorry, baby. This is so good. Go ahead. Sorry.
And that is the importance of this project, because this is the book that you need to hand it to your children or to your grandchildren or great-grandchildren. Not that that Bible full of lies.
You're not gonna get there. Yahuwah was not coming back anytime soon until we showed up. I'm just telling you, that's how bold we can be with this project. Yahuwah was not coming back anytime soon if you study the word. You got to study the word. And you got to be asking these questions. Like, if I can't go back in any of my generations, huh?
Yeah.
Renee Patterson, I cried like a baby when I came to the knowledge of Yahuwah because I had lost many family members that called on the wrong name. That's right. Estelle Star said, Yahuwah speaks. My heart responds in obedience. I am so blessed. Yahuwah. See, when we break this down and we start to go scale back, Lena, we scale back and we can't find nobody. Then we go look in the mirror and say, I found somebody. You see, you scale it back. I can't find nobody. Then you go walk in the mirror, look in the mirror and say, I found somebody, me. I'm the one. See, that's the power. Once you say me, now we step into the power. Now you're going to have to study. Now you're going to have to go into the mindset of Masha. That's why when Yahuwah was here as Yahusha, when Yahuwah was here as Yahusha, say it one more time. When Yahuwah was on the earth as Yahusha, he told everybody to listen to Masha and the prophets. He told everybody. He says, because in their writings, they write about who? Me. That's what he said. He said they're writing about me. They ain't not one book. that you can go find in all the Tanakh writings where you will see the name Yahusha come up. You will not say the name Yahusha come up in regards to the Savior. Well, I'm not talking about Joshua Yahusha. I ain't talking about that. I'm talking about you can't find one book in the found or any lost books. Come on, Brother Daniel, coming in Malakuta business. I see you. Hey, you can't find one book where when it says it was talking about me. Yahusha, who was here, Yahuwah came down as Yahusha. And then he told everybody, listen to Moses, and the prophets, for in them they write about me. Who was they writing about the whole time? Yahuwah.
Wow.
That's it. They was only writing about Yahuwah. That's how we know that Yahusha is Yahuwah.
Is Yahuwah.
He said they was writing about me. Now, he knows when he's on earth, he just want to know, can you pick it up? This is how we're gonna get the sheep and the goats, the wheat and the chaff. We're gonna figure out, hey, what is the real pasture and what is the weeds? We're gonna sort through this. Simple. This ain't even difficult. When he says, go listen to them, because he knows, Lena, it was him that was telling them what to do. Yeah. Yahusha, who is Yahuwah, knew when he said, go listen to Masha, because he knew that he instructed Masha what to write down. He knew he did.
Yep.
Come on,
he
Sister
knew the
Queen.
conversation they had. Thank you, Sister Queen.
Think about this. This is what the true scriptures is doing. It's establishing, without any wiggle room, the truth. And it will set you free. So if you go to tsinfo.org, we are doing kingdom business today. We are having a telethon. When we do a telethon, we're telling everybody. We're handling business. We're asking everybody to contribute at least something so we can propel the projects. Now, I'm going to give you an example. I don't even know if Lena see what I'm going to show today because there's so much. She got so much she's dealing with her projects, and I got so much I'm dealing with my projects. Then we come back together, and sometimes we come together right in front of y'all and go, hey, look what me and my team over here is doing and promote the truth. And then Lena will come back and go, hey, look at what me and the team is doing over here and promote the truth. You see? Yes. Think about that. I'm going to show y'all something today. So, Lena, do you know that the team told me we got a group of people that are really working their way and establishing themselves as the 144? They hear the call. We know about in Hazum, Revelation 14:1, where it says that the 144,000 will be there. Yahuwah told me, deal with the 144 first. Then we'll get to the 144,000. You can't even think of 144 people that really call on the name of Yahuwah in this world right now. You can't find them. You can't find 144 true. I'm talking about hardcore following Yahuwah. The only way I've seen it is close. You better get in here and promote the truth. I'm going to tell you why. Because every translation we found,
thank you, Brother
has
Larry,
got distortions in that Barashiyt Hadash. Every translation we've tested here with hundreds of thousands of viewers, going towards 2 million views, hundreds of thousands of people coming through these lives, Lena. Everyone we've tested these translations, we can't find a non-contradicting Barashiyt Hadash, which means every Barashiyt Hadash you've seen out there, that is New Testaments, contradict with the Tanakh. Every one of them do. We've proved it over and over and over. Some of them got things more right than others. But at core foundational points, salvational points, Lena, we proved that every one of those Barashiyt Hadashes out there promotes idolatry.
Yes.
How you going to deal with that? If you got writings that says it's okay to eat foods that are sacrificed to idols, every one of those, Barashiyt says it. So if we all of a sudden show up and we translate one that says you can't eat food sacrificed to idols, you can't be lawless. Every one of them New Testaments, Barashiyt, teach you can be lawless. Every one of them. We proved it. Now you can try to prove us wrong because it's still open. It's still open. But when you go read this Barashiyt from the true scriptures, you're not going to find one time it disagrees with the Tanakh. You're not going to find one time it promotes lawlessness and breaking the 10 Commandments. As a matter of fact, Lena, we believe that our translation from promote the true scriptures, we believe it's the only one that has the word 10 Commandments in the Barashiyt.
Yeah.
Think about that little simple part, Lena. What do you think about that before I give a shout out to some people who understand this sign?
I think you was able to show through all the lives that we done in this past, 9 months, 7 months?
8, 9 months. We're going on 9 months now.
Yeah, we're going to 9 months. So together as a family was able to prove the discrepancies that are out there with the truth of Yahuwah. Like, it's very specific, it's very clear, but the translators were able to deceive the whole world by changing words, by changing meanings, by saying that the law have been changed as the 10 Commandments, when that's not what exactly says in the Barashiyt. What it's telling you, the things that you can do now, like if something change in the Tanakh, just because Yahushua. So it don't said that in the true scriptures. So I think it's very, very important, this project.
Queen! It's on, y'all. Lena, your internet's kind of choppy or fuzzy a little bit. You might want to reboot.
Okay, let me. I'm gonna get back.
Yeah, it's a little fuzzy, a little choppy. Just get you tight because this is critical. Now watch, y'all. Are y'all ready? Because those of us understanding kingdom business, see, you support this, you sow into this, and you can trust us to spread it like wildfire. But we need your support. We need your help. Who's we? Malakuta Dishamia. I'm not talking about promote the truth. I'm talking about the kingdom of heaven, the kingdom of Yahuwah. Malakuta di Yahuwah. That's what I'm talking about. We got to pull together. We got to get our resources tight, and we got to go to war. We got to hit them on every time they turn around, they're being challenged, and they don't know how to get out of it other than deal with it. Be upset with it. And the more they get upset with it, the more exposure it gets. And the more exposure it gets, there's going to be people say, what they've done, because it goes against all the core foundations of the organized religion. It crushes Christianity. It crushes Buddhism and Muslims. It crushes all of that. It crushes Judaism and all those false beliefs from the Talmud. It crushes it. The true scriptures is a two-edged sword, baby. It is off the charts. So listen, everybody go do something. tsinfo.org. The team told me that people have already started. Before we started, people knew that the campaign was going and they started contributing. And I'm going to give a shout out to everybody that's went to tsinfo.org. We've also got tsntot.org, but we're pivoting because Satan tried to attack that domain, believe it or not. Hey, we know how to do it. We can pivot. We tight over here. But watch this. These are people that understood the assignment, that said, let's get it going now. Who kicked this thing off? And guess who kicked it off? All the way over there on the other side of the world, Melinda Rusinik. $250. She kicked it off. She's over there in Australia. So they weigh, I think it's about 17-hour difference. So she said, look, I know we're doing the telethon today. She did $250 to get us kicked off. Frankie Stevens, $208. Yolanda Underwood, $24. Gerald Underwood, tag team, husband and wife, $24. We got people sending in messages that they got immersed in the name of Yahuwah. Daniel Bakote done went nuts. He did 311 one time. Then he turned around and did 311 another time. Yeah. Then Robert Arinson down in Portugal. He came in with an opal package from the gate, $311. He's already, and we're going to go through the packages today. And then Lawrence Simmons said, hey, we're not playing, 311. Came in. So let's get it. He said, Lawrence Simmons says, every time I look at the videos or listen to you live, it gives me great inspiration. I get lifted up and more positive than before. I love you all. I love Yahuwah even more. By the way, it has become a lot easier to pay my bills. You hear what Brother Lawrence said? He says, now that I'm sowing, now that I'm learning how to have more, I'm getting more, and bills is not the focus. He came in with an opal package. Come on. Who else came in? tsinfo.org. Patricia Wandia over in Kenya, Africa. A maid. Don't hardly have anything. She gave $7.87. That's like her giving $787 from her position. And Yahuwah sees it. I know he sees it. She understood the assignment of the campaign. Yeah. Brother Elmer Hinko down in the Philippines. He was already on the spot. $100. Him and Sister Kareem. Elmer and Kareem. Real ones in Yahuwah. Come on. Understood the assignment with the tsinfo.org. And I'm going to do a great lesson, but I want to get some shout outs. Elmer came back, him and Kareem, with another 10. Yeah. Jermaine Ford, 2108. Nafis and Ashley Spence, 52. Ayanda Mahizi, $3.43. Covered it. Look, that's the minimum you can do is $3 over there on that platform. But see, doing something. When somebody, I see that, I go, man, they sowing into Yahuwah and they are trusting him to give them more seed. I know what's going on. I told Lena, I don't know any days we don't go out and we don't sow in the kingdom. Man, I'm loving it. I see you, Archella. Yeah. Ashley, Nafis and Ashley. Again, 5223. Brother Bill, Henry, tech grabber, $100. You understood what's going on? Marvin Glasper, always on the front line, 5232. Brandon Tello, 104.15. His awesome wife, Hannah Tello, 52.23. Yamani Thomas, Diamond. These people ain't playing. 26.41. Something. Norman Irvin, which is Hannah's daddy, I believe. Confirm that, Hannah. I want to make sure I got that right. 52.23. Daniel Libby, consistent, 25. Albert Morrow, they knew we were going to do this camp. They know it's telethon day. They know it's kingdom business. They know we get everybody focused. We get everybody pitching in, and we start spreading that word all over the place. Brother Daniel Libby again, $25. Albert Moore, $26.41. Christine Casey, $5. Do something. Sister Sherry Harrod, $26.27. Queen Nelson, She's in the supers and she's over on tsinfo.org, $100. Joe and Ebony, Carden, real ones in Yahuwah. They love Yahuwah. They do kingdom business. They understand Yahuwah will give more seed to the sower. $208. Woo! Hold on, I'm coming back. What y'all saying in the chat? What y'all got going on? Are we doing kingdom business? I'm going to show y'all something in a minute. I'm going to show y'all what we are doing together. Y'all going to go, what? We coming like this? Yes. Yeah. Oh, yeah. We coming like this. Woo! Let me get back over here. Y'all got to just understand the assignment. People going over to tsinfo.org and doing something. Queen Nelson, 100. Joe and Ebony, 208. Randolph Patrick, 50. Come on. I see y'all. Benjamin Thomas, 5232. Consistent. Theophilus Carruthers, Theo, 66. Patrice Pearson, 26. Lisa Alston, 26. Jamie Galloway, again, 20. Brian Robertson, 26. Arthur Robinson, his awesome wife, 20. Renee Patterson, 20. Man, Natasha Stevens, 52. Kadeem Elliott, 5. I think that's Nafis again. Dania, 10. Carolyn Sanders, 52. Javoris Allen, 78. Kadeem again, 5. Daniel Libby again, 25. Why am I giving these shout outs? Because we are doing kingdom business. We're going to show you how to get more seed, family. We're going to show you how to get more seed. We're going to show you how to have more. Go back and watch the video we did last night or wherever you was at in the morning, your time. There are moments in operation now. Go watch the video. And you're going to have to understand that you are being challenged by Yahuwah to quit just focusing on your bills. It's becoming idol worship. Bills is getting in the way. Downscale everything you got to learn how to be in complete faith with Yahuwah and watch him raise you up. Or start where you are. Start where you are. Go, you know what? I do got a ton of bills in here. I have got myself in debt. I am here, but Yahuwah is the great provider. I'm going to believe him right now. But I'm going to bring my first fruits. My car payment, my rent, my mortgage, my insurance, none of these can be more important than Yahuwah first. Seek first the kingdom of Yahuwah and his righteousness, and then all these things, including your bills, will be taken care of. But you got to seek him first. You got to love him like that. You got to believe him like that first. Now, what are we doing? Before I go into the first chapter of what Yahushua, who is Yahuwah, told us to do, he told us to listen to Masha first. You back, man? Make sure my wife is back. All right, she's getting tied in here.
You see me better there?
Clear. Oh my goodness. You must got on that good.
Okay. Huh?
You must got on that good internet channel.
Yes. We got better. Very soon.
Better. Listen, you gonna have look, Lena. I gave a shout out. We probably got 20, 30 some people already contributed before we got the campaign going. Before we got the telethon going. They knew what was going on. Now, I'm going to show you something. I don't think Lena's seen it. I think she got a glimpse maybe over my shoulder. So what's being built right now? What are we taking fun? We got marketing dollars going. We got projects. We got video. We got all kind of technology being built out. But let me show you something. Yay! What is that? What is that?
You want me to tell them?
Tell them what that is, Lena.
This is what you're going to see when you open your app in your phone.
Ooh, that's the True Scriptures app being built. Uh-oh.
Yeah.
This is very, very expensive, very intensive. So they're sending me over the prototypes of the design of the app right now.
Yep.
All right. Now wait a minute, Lena. Let's show. You want to show them a few things in this? What's going on?
Yeah. Show them the other screens.
You want to? Okay. You come in.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, it's not available. This is gonna take several months to get built out. I'm showing y'all the prototypes, the designs now coming out.
Yeah, when you build an app, you first need to give the developers the color theme that you want to use in it. Then all the logos, then the designs on. Then they're going to start working with those colors, the designs on the how you're gonna log in, the pages when you read the information. So every time you get into an app, whatever app you have or whatever, you always have different screens that you see through the app in order to get to what you need. Also the sign up page.
This is thousands. This is multiple thousands of dollars to do this. This is a big project because this is going to have the true scriptures and going to have lessons and communications coming through it. It's going to be off the charts. Look what it says there, Lena. Let's read something new today. You know, you'll be able to go in and say, okay, I want to read the true scriptures this way or that way. You know, you go in and give us suggestions. Now, hold on, Lena. You want me to show them a little bit more?
Yeah. Isn't pretty? I love it.
The more that
I
you
haven't
read.
seen them all this.
See, that's over my department with my team over working in the app. See, hold on. Lena, let's show them a little bit more. What do you think?
Yeah.
Oh.
So that's how you're going to sign up in order to be able to read your true scriptures. And some of those that have their package holders from this new campaign will have access to this app for life.
Free. Mm-hmm. So what we got to go over that package where if you got a certain package in the new campaign, you'll get access to this app for free. Look at that. Ashley's all digging this. She's a designer too, so I know Ashley's loving this. Ashley's like, ooh. Lady, you want me to show them a little bit more? Y'all used to see when you sign up for stuff, see, that's showing you all the design is being built out right now.
Yeah.
It's all being built out. Yeah. All being built out. Notifications. Look at Lena's face. Lena's like, man, the team over here doing the thing.
Yeah.
They over here doing it. Are you proud, Lena? You proud?
Yes, I'm very proud.
Go in there and edit your profile. No problem. You got a few little slides here. Go in and edit your profile. Get your picture in there the way you want your picture, you know. Your notification, your subscription, your private policy, about us, terms, conditions, contact us, log out. All your buttons at the bottom. You know all that good stuff, Lena. You know all the good stuff.
Denise, you can go to tsinfo.org. That's where you can find, and you can see it on the screen where it says support now at tsinfo.org. That's where you can go and support this new campaign and learn about all the packages too and what is included on each one of them.
How y'all feeling about it? Lena? What you feeling? What you feeling?
I love it. Like, this is a project that, you know, I'm honored that the community have been able to support like this and is willing to do it to get things out right away, you know, because this was a plan that we had for the last 2 years on doing the scriptures, you know, in our time, like being able to, you know, couple hours a day, you being able to translate, and then later on being able to have it printed. And it was probably, and then later on do the apps. You know, it's not the first time that with our businesses we have built apps. So being able to do it in such a short time, you know, we're probably going to have the whole project. So the whole Tanakh, the whole Barashiyt Hadash, printed for sale with the app in less than 2 years. Everything. And that's something that is not, it's not that easy. Like you can think that is, oh, well, print a book, translate a book, and create an app. It's not that easy as it sounds. There's a lot of integral parts that plays even in translating. It is a very big, it's a big challenge. And then when you have the edition and the reviewing, especially when you are doing something that is for Yahuwah. So you have to go over the top perfectionist, because that's what he expects, perfection. And when we have done our other projects for books and everything, you put the time and you do your best, right? But that book needs to get out, and you have other clients that they want their stuff, but whenever they don't care and they want it out and print it. But when with this one, we're like, this don't go out until there is no one comma in the wrong place. So it was very, 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 very like over the top review, but it was perfect now. And I can't wait to receive this book in our hands and see it today, uh, because it's just amazing. It's a big project. Also, the calendar. So you guys very soon are going to see calendar for 2025. I'm working on that. I have heard some people asking me about uh, next year, what's date, blah blah blah. So the app is working. Like we're working on that app too, but that one has way more um, integral parts because it needs to have some calculations. So this is different, and of the true scriptures, because in the true scriptures, even though it's very hard to create an app, is a wording that you're going to put in this app. Over there is going to be calculations with the new moon and the 0% light and all that stuff. But very soon you're going to have the same way we have right now 2024. There are pictures. You're going to have 2025. Okay, so that's something that the team is working, and I'm working with the team on that. But this app, like imagine you have this app and you have your calendar app, you can read from your phone. It's just everything. It's amazing.
And now we're hoping, based upon the telethon, we're doing one today, and then me and Lena are deciding we're doing another one within the next 2 or 3 days. So get ready. Based upon how the telethon does as far as support, we would love to go into hyperspeed with the app for the calendar within the next 2 weeks. So we love to be able to have that go to another level, but it's going to be based off the support, because these are very expensive projects to get up. And so, hey, if you guys believe in what's going on here, you see what's happening, you see all the progression, it don't stop. It never stops getting better, ever. Y'all notice that? We promote the truth and what we're doing? Never. You never see us going backwards. You see us elevating in the name of Yahuwah.
Yes.
And so we wanted to show y'all that to kick it off. So go over to tsinfo.org and listen. Become a package supporter. We're going to go over the packages next after I go through this first book of Barashiyt, Genesis. Now, why is this so important? Because and everything in the rest of the scriptures is based off of the first chapter. Think about how important this chapter is. It's the beginning of all things. Yahuwah tells us so much about who he is in that first chapter. It also establishes correct calendation. The reason the calendar was able to get so jacked up is because of the mistranslation of every Tanakh you can find out there. Now, I know what's going on. That's why I took that time. Now, I didn't know when Yahuwah was teaching me and training me. I didn't even know his name those first 3+ years, from 2004 to 2007. That's how I found Yahuwah. And because I found him, many of you got to find him. Because I spent 6 to 10 hours a day studying and digging for the origins of everything, and coming out of that 3+ years, it ended up finding Yahuwah, leading me to Yahuwah. Because I was seeking for him with all my heart. So I really believe that this thing would be still pushed out. Many people would not know the name of Yahuwah. I believe that this earth got a massive spread of Yahuwah because of that disciplined step that I took. I just believe it now. I didn't see too much, Linda. I had no idea it was really that way. I've been digging and scraping the earth for 17 years looking for people who got it like that, who understood it. And I can't hardly find nobody. I can't hardly find nobody. Now, I'm going to read you, and Lena, we're talking about in the first 4 or 5 verses, everyone you got is jacked up. And guess what? We're going to put them in the chat, Lena. We're going to put it in the chat. We're going to challenge people, and I'm going to say, go get every translation you can get and watch how jacked up it is. Y'all ready? Barashiyt, Genesis. Hold on. Lena, what we got to do? Y'all know we can't go in unless we got some fire emojis in the chat.
In the chat.
Put some fire emojis in the chat. We need some fire emojis in the chat.
Go. Let's go up.
Woo! Get some fire emojis. If y'all want to heat it up, let's get the algorithm rocking. Hit the like button. Hit the share button. Let's go.
Hey.
Have you liked it? Have you shared it out? Come on. Some fire emojis in the chat. We need more likes. We need more likes. We need more likes. Gotta get the algorithm rocking.
Woo-hoo.
I love it. Cheryl Liz Thor said she still couldn't put all the pieces of the puzzle together until she found PTT on YouTube. I'm telling you, I didn't realize, Lena, what Yahuwah had done with this old country boy. Sanders Ben became a bronze member. Thank you, Sanders. Supporting our YouTube channel. YouTube's been so great to us. Love us some YouTube. Love it. Thank you, Google. All right, here we go, Brother Maurice. I'm going in, Brandy. And we're going to test it. We're going to test these Tanakhs. We're going to test all these versions out there real quick. And we're going to prove something. In the beginning, YAHUAH created the heavens and the earth. Hold on, Lena. We got to deal with that already. That made my eye itch. Lena, that made my eye itch. My eyes start itching. I was like, wow. That's so good, my eye was itching. In the beginning, YAHUAH created the heavens and the earth. Now, wait a minute. I got to get something, Lena. This got me tore off the gate. I don't know what y'all going to do with this. We can't get past the first verse without blowing some stuff out the water.
Yeah.
This is how hot this is. We're going to prove something right away, Lynn. Watch what we prove. You're going to crack up. Y'all going to crack up. Y'all going to be so fine. Y'all going to get so clear in the scriptures because the truth is finally here. Hold on. I'm going to read it again, Lena. In the beginning, YAHUAH created the heavens and the earth. Genesis chapter 1, verse 1. Barashiyt 1, verse 1. I'm in the true scriptures over in YAHUAH, John chapter 1. In the beginning was the Word, and the Word was with YAHUAH, and the Word was YAHUAH. It says that in the beginning, YAHUAH created the heavens and the earth. And then I go to John. It says, in the beginning was the Word, and the Word was with YAHUAH, and the Word was YAHUAH. Who is that Word?
Yahusha is Yahuwah.
Right now, the very first verse proves to you that Yahusha is Yahuwah.
Yes.
Because it says, in the beginning was the Word. Let me read. Hold on, Lena. Wait a minute. From the beginning, the Word was with YAHUAH. All things were made through him, and without him, nothing that has been made was made. In him was life, and his life provides light to all people. What, Lena? His life provides what? Light. His life provides what? Light to who? All people. Verse 5. In YAHUAH. In him, his light shines in what? Darkness. And the darkness cannot extinguish his light. Lena, are you picking it up?
Yeah.
It's talking about light. It's talking
And
about darkness. So let me keep
And
reading
the
the
beginning.
Barashiyt.
And then talking about the beginning.
All right, now I go back to the beginning. And it says, in the beginning, Allah created the heavens and the earth. So we know that Yahusha is Yahuwah doing this.
Yes.
And the earth was a shapeless, formless substance. And darkness was over the surface of this deep, formless substance. And the spirit of Allah hovered over the vapors of the formless substance. There's not a translation in the world that puts that as formless substance. Not one.
No.
There's not a translation in the world. Put your verse 2. Go get any verse you want out there. Everybody, go on, put it in the chat. Put Genesis chapter 1, verse 2. And then you got to put what translation it's from. Put it in the chat. There's not one that has been able to identify and properly translate that this is a formless substance. And that's a critical translation. I'm going to prove it in just a second. I'm going to prove how critical it is. It gives you power once you understand this formless substance. That's why our son at 9 years old walks around in so much power, because he understands the formless substance.
Yes.
Y'all getting it in the chat? Come on. Go, Brother Elmer. Elmer going to kick us off. NIV. Now the earth, look what they say, Lena.
Formless.
And empty. See how weak that is? Now the earth was formless and empty, and darkness was over the surface of the deep, and the spirit of God was hovering over the waters. Come on, man. Look at that NIV. Somebody give me another one. Give me another one. Jamie said, I'm at work, but I'm paying attention. We're going to prove to you the criticalness of the true scriptures. The Tanakh. Y'all thought that the Brit Hadash is always going to be blazing because we're going to blow the Greek up always. But Lena, what most people don't know is that they don't have the power of Yahuwah because they don't know him good. All right, here goes another one. Brian Robertson said, and the earth came to be formless and empty. What does that mean? And darkness was on the face of the deep. And the spirit of Elohim. Elohim is a pagan word.
Yeah.
Number
There's
one.
no multiples. You know what? Why they doing this? Because they have multiples. They have Yahusha, they have Yahuwah, and they have multiples Elohims. He's not multiples. He's one.
The true scriptures is the only one I know that's telling you that the word Elohim is a pagan word. It's used to identify pagans, other mighty ones other than Yahuwah. It's plural, and there ain't no E, number one, but that would really be Elohim, which is pagan. Was moving on the face of the waters. Catholic Bible. Lena, there you go. Here comes another one. The earth. Lena giggling. Lena, you grew up with this one. The earth was formless and barren. What does that mean? And darkness covered the abyss. What does that mean? And the spirit of the pagan word God hovered over the waters. Jubilee Bible. And the earth was without order. See? They kind of going, oh, they know something's going on more. They're looking at that translation. They're looking at those Abari Hebrew words, and they know you can't just say, just leave it at empty. They said without order. Right now it's moving. And darkness was upon the face of the deep, and the spirit of pagan name God moved upon the face of the waters. And come King James, man. This is where all they getting this stuff from. King Jimmy. Here go King Jimmy James. And the earth was without form and void. That's where they're all getting this from. And darkness was upon the face of the deep, and the spirit of God, pagan word, moved up on the face of the waters. All right, y'all got the point? Right? Here's another one Renee put up from the Sefer. Okay, what did it say? And the earth was without form and void, and darkness was upon the face of the deep, and the Ruach, Elohim, pagan word, shouldn't put that there. See, it's removing the pagan word God, and it's replaced it with another pagan word, Elohim.
It's the exact verse of the King James. Just they change spirit for Ruach and God for Elohim. So.
All right, I'm going to keep going. Now y'all got the point. Right? Look, what does Jehovah's Witness say? I'm going to look at Diane Casey. In the beginning, God, okay, I'm going to go to verse 2. Now the earth was formless and desolate. They all tore up. They can't figure out what to do with this. I'm telling you. They can't figure out what to do with these Abari words, these Hebrew words. And there was darkness upon the surface of the watery deep. They said the watery deep. And God's active force. Why they say Gods if they Jehovah's Witnesses?
They should put Jehovah.
They said he got a name. Why they saying God? Why didn't they at least put Jehovah there? You want to know why? Because they all about Elohims.
Yeah, God
everybody
and
got
Jehovah.
this?
God and Jesus. Because what they doing is the exact same thing. God and Jesus, two deities.
All right. You're right, Ashley. Now why? Now I'm going to read it from the true scriptures, y'all. I'm going to read it from the true scriptures. And the earth was a shapeless, formless substance. See, we gave it the substance, but it's formless. Now everybody do this. Ready? Everybody participate. What we're going to do? Look, Lena knew I was going to do it, Lena. Everybody do that. Just grab it. Grab the air. Grab it. See, that is what's called a what? Formless substance. When you reach and you grab the air, what you're reaching and grabbing is a formless substance. The air is the formless substance. It's got a makeup that Yahuwah put in it that sustains life. If I take the air, so you're reaching, right? All right, now look, kind of blow it across your face. You feel it? Well, like this. Do you feel something? So you went to grab, but you ain't got nothing in your hand. But if you take your hand and you blow it like this, do it, Lynn. What do you feel?
Air.
You feel something. What is that you feel? What do you feel?
Form.
You feel in a formless substance. You know something's there, even though you can't
touch
it.
Grab it.
Physically, you think, but you feel it when you wave it because it moves on you. You know it's got life in it. Now, if I take that air out of your room, you will die.
Yeah.
So you're not giving the formless substance enough credit. It sustains your life. You haven't identified it yet. The true scripture is going to make you identify that thing you feel when you blow, when you wave your hands on your face. You can't see it, like Sister Renee said, but you can feel it. You know it's there. If I take that out of the room,
You're
you're going to
really
die.
gonna feel it.
Huh?
Once you take it out of the room, you're really gonna feel it.
Oh, yeah. If I remove it from you 5 seconds, you're going to panic. You're going to gasp for it. You're going to be gasping for that thing.
Yeah.
This is how important the translation is.
Thank
Cheryl
you,
Lynn said,
Shirley.
Malakuta de Yahuwah. Come on, Cheryl. I see you with that $100 super. Watch this. Who's ever taught you this? Tell me.
Nobody.
You've been alive all these years. Who taught you to wave your hands and feel what's hitting your face? Who taught you that? Who told you that that's the formless substance? Who told you that? All these years, you didn't understand that the formless substance and darkness was over the surface of this deep formless substance. And the spirit of Yahuwah hovered over the, you don't say waters. They put waters in there, Lena. No, 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 no. It hovered over the vapors of the formless substance. They got that wrong too. It's vapors. There's moisture there, but it ain't formed out yet to water. Now watch this. In the beginning was the Word. Let me go back. And the Word was with Yahuwah. And the Word was Yahuwah. From the very beginning, the Word was with Yahuwah, and all things were made through him, and without him, nothing that has been made was made. And in him was life, and his life provides light to all people. So then I come over here in verse 3, and it says, and Yahuwah said, let there be light. And there was light.
Yes.
That thing that YAHUAH is talking about, that light, that's the light of all people. When did it make itself present?
In the beginning.
In the beginning. Lena, you rocking. I can't even, Lena, in the beginning. Y'all see her, she's doing a snatching. She knows the assignment. And Yahuwah saw the light, and that the light was good. Then, this is why you got to have the true scriptures. Then Yahuwah divided the light from the darkness. Is that important, Lena?
Yes.
You cut out there for a second. Is that important?
Yes, very important.
Why? Why is that dividing so important?
There's everything that comes out of that, not only for you to know what's good and what's bad, but for you to recognize what is coming after, like what that he's giving to a sign during the day and the night. And then later on, you being able to find out what's your true festivals and Shabbats.
Now you can tell time. Now you know what a day is. Now you know what night is. Because you know there's a difference between the day and the night, because he said he divided.
Yeah.
Now, why are you going to put the word he divided the light from the day, but then you combine it? Like all these other translations do. I'm going to prove it. Watch. And Yahuwah saw the light, and that the light was good, and then Yahuwah divided the light from the darkness. And Yahuwah, verse 5, called the light day, and the darkness he called night. This ain't even hard. This ain't hard to understand.
No, your day starts when you're able to see light. When it's dark, so we all understand what dark and what light means. We know that if it's dark, it's nighttime. We know when it is day is light, there's daytime. So how is that your day starts at midnight? In the darkest of the night, They start in a day.
Damn. You hear what Brother Daniel said? Make it make sense. Watch.
Yeah.
We're going to put these verse 5s in. Y'all get ready. Everybody going to put verse 5 in. And Yahuwah called the light day, and the darkness he called night. Pay close attention, because you're going to hear the purest translation of this verse ever, unless you understand true Abari that has the vowel points removed. No nikuds allowed. No Masoretic influence allowed. You got to have wisdom, discernment to translate this correctly. So I'm going to read to you for the first time for many of you brand new, watching the recordings, whatever. You're going to hear verse 5 translated the right way, and you'll be able to get your calendar set up correctly from here on out. I'm going to read it again. And Yahuwah called the light day, and the darkness he called night. After the first day had completed, then the evening and morning came. Okay? After the first day, all that light from the crack of dawn all the way up through the day, and now the sun sets, and then it goes to dusk where there's no more light. That day is now completed. There's the separation. You got it? Now that's the dividing that Yahuwah said. Now that's done got divided. It says what? Then evening came and morning came. This formed the first date. Not the first day. It formed the first date. Everybody, go put your verse 5 of Genesis in the chat. Put it in the chat. Y'all about to see one of the most corrupted. This is probably, Lena, this starts out all the corruption, I think. Other than in the beginning, God, somebody got that God mess. Look at King James. None of these verses are going to make sense to you. Not one of them. They're all going to be asinine, asa 10, asa 11. They're all going to be terrible. Watch this. King James from Brother Bill. And God, pagan, called the light day, and the darkness he called night, and the evening and the morning were the first day. What? How can an evening and a morning make up a first day, Lena?
Oh, it don't make sense. Like if the day starts at midnight, like I just saw this message. If the day starts at midnight, then when the night starts? At 7 o'clock. So the night goes from 7 p.m. to 12 p.m. That's the nighttime.
Okay, here's another one. New American Standard. God called the light day and the darkness he called night, and there was evening and there was morning one day. Do y'all understand? That just told us that evening and morning make up a day. And y'all been reading this forever.
Yeah.
And y'all been accepting this forever.
It said the light is the day. He divided the light and called it day, and the night the darkness.
Okay, let's see what Sefer said. And Elohim, pagan word, I'm sorry to tell you, called the light day, and the darkness he called night, and the evening and the morning were the first day. Anybody can come to me and explain to me how the evening and morning make up the first day? Can anybody explain that?
No.
Look what Pamela Lena put in there. They're goddamn confused. That's right. God will damn you and get you confused. You'll be goddamn confused.
Yeah.
You cannot. This ain't Greeked up, Norman. This ain't Greek. This is Hebrew. This ain't got nothing to do with Greek, Brother Norman. This is how bad this is. That's why people go, oh, the Tanakh. You know, there's no big. We about to blow the false Tanakh out the water. Like it ain't even gonna be close because there's so much of it. And we don't have to guess. We know that Yahuwah was teaching Masha this. So once you know Yahuwah, you can discern all this nonsense. Once Yahuwah's in you, you quickly discern this nonsense. That's why I can look at it. Look at Julissa said, woo, this is heavy. Well explained. How can you argue with what I'm saying? ESV, Sister Sherry. Oh, let's go to NIV. Do you know how big the NIV is, Lena? The NIV is massive, right? It's probably the second most past. King James and NIV is probably the second biggest. Now look what it says. God, pagan, called the light day and the darkness he called night, and there was evening and there was morning, the first day.
No.
Woo!
No.
Hey.
It's crazy how they was like shutting in our mouth and in our ears. Like I said, it was pissing in our ears, and we have never questioned things. We just accepting it just because it came from the Bible. Like if it was pure, it's ridiculous how much they have deceived us, and we have accepted without questioning anything. And I think that's a lesson for the whole world. In life, we have to question everything and make it make sense. That we cannot just keep accepting whatever the governments, the churches, and the whole world tell us. Just like find it for your own self, because it's obviously that they have manipulated the whole world in any topic. We're talking about health, we're talking about education, we're talking about government, politicians, we're talking about everything, food, whatever, like everything they teach kids in the school, the planets, the days, the calendar, the stars. You cannot even trust none of that. Nothing is trusted.
We got to understand how bad this is. Everybody go to tsinfo.org. Everybody. And contribute, because you got a real organization now that you can't trick and fool, and you can't manipulate us. We've been tried and tested. You can't manipulate us. You can't buy us. You can't. Somebody said, man, I'll give y'all $10 million right now to stop translating this the right way. I'll give you $1 billion right now. Please don't do this no more. You messing up all of our churches and stuff. We were like, man, y'all better take that and shove it up your tail. We ain't got nothing to do with you. Can't. Hey, we know Yahuwah is our provider.
Money. No.
Y'all got to look at what you've been reading. Hey, this is what you got to say. Y'all got to say to yourself personally, I accepted that. Everyone that's quoting scripture out there now, they say the Bible says, to quote the scripture, they have no credibility. Zero.
Yeah.
Because they are quoting from a Bible, from a scripture that has verse 5 in Genesis jacked up.
Yep.
You can't get past verse 5 in all these translations. Y'all keep putting them in the chat. Who's going to say it the right way or be not confusing? Is there anyone? I'm going back up and look, Lena.
Wow.
Look, here goes Jehovah's Witnesses. They said, man, you got to get his name right. And they go back and call him God again.
Yeah.
They pound you about the word Jehovah. God called, pagan named God, called the light day, and the darkness he called night. And there was evening and there was morning, a first day. They put the word a first day. What in the world? Dwayne Rivers said, this is bullcrap. Brian Robinson put the scriptures in, which is one of the ones that led the way to getting the names corrected. So we show them love. We show them respect. But then we got to elevate. I'm going to prove it. And Elohim, pagan word. They got rid of God and put Elohim trying to get it better. I don't think they intentionally did that. I think they just did not know any better. But now it's time. I think they got to come out with a new edition and get rid of that word Elohim when it comes to Yahuwah. And Elohim called the light day and the darkness he called night. And there came to be evening and there came to be morning the first day. How can evening and morning be the first day? How? In what scenario? Ever?
In any is as a kid, go grab a 5-year-old kid and ask them what's a day and what's a night, and then ask them if from 5 o'clock to 6 in the morning, that if that makes a day. It's just nonsense. It's just nonsense. When we have the correct, when there's words that you can translate it to do the right job, but you didn't want to do the right job. You was using King James. They was using the King James, and when they put it when they translated, they use it. The crazy part is that they use it, and then they utilize these PowerPoints and these other things to get it into our actual modern languages, to keep us confused of everything. So
I owe brother Norman Urban an apology. Because I just sat there and went through my spirit on it. And Brother Norman, you're right. They Greeked up. You want to know why? Brother Norman, that's out of his spirit. He checked that properly. Because, Lena, when you was talking, because, see, I'm dealing with just the raw basics that the Tanakh everybody knows is Hebrew, right? But King James and all of them, Brother Norman knows something here. He's on it. King James and them, as they say in the country, they went and did most of their translations from the Septuagint. The Septuagint. The Septuagint is the 72 writers. That's what septa means, 70. The Septuagint is coming from King Ptolemy, which was the king of Alexandria. He wanted a translation of the Tanakh in Greek. That's called the Septuagint. That's why, Brother Norman, way to go. They still Greeked up, Lena.
Yes, yeah, it's true, because the thing is that all the scriptures right now, every single Bible out there right now, is not translated from the original Hebrew. It's translated from the Greek translations that they put out with their own things. Norman, that's a good one.
Norman, that's great. They still Greeked up. This is the madness.
It is.
I'm gonna do a session in the next section. I'm gonna do another session and highlight the Septuagint, because Brother Norman is on one. Because I'm just dealing. I said no, because I'm dealing with just the Hebrew, right? I'm just dealing with the Leningrad Codex, right? I'm dealing with the Aleppo. I'm dealing with the Corinths. That's what I deal with. I'm dealing with the Dead Sea Scrolls. So when Brother Norman brought that up, I was like, no. And then I sat back and was like, King James, the Tanakh of King James is originated out of the Septuagint. Brother Norman, are you fired up? I just want to know if Brother Norman fired up. Yahuwah was using Brother Norman right there with me. Because y'all, I'm telling y'all, I just sat back. I let Yahuwah talk to me. And as soon as he goes, clarify that. Get that bazooka out and blow King James out of the water. Blow him up. Boom! Soon Brother Norman brought that up, and then Lena's like the king. I'm like, King James is Septuagint. You dealing with King. You follow King Ptolemy.
Yeah.
who is the Greek king of Alexandria, Egypt. So you got Greek and Egyptian. The Greeks had taken over Egypt. What's he doing over there, Hannah? Tell him what he's doing. Hannah, you ought to come on the live. Come on the live, Hannah. Hannah, you want to come on? I want to hear what Hannah got to say. Hannah, send an email, info@promotethetruth.com. They'll send you the link back. Hannah, come in here real quick. Come in here, Hannah. You got to tell us what your dad did. I want to know. Because Norman, he put that spotlight on something that we had to identify here. We couldn't let old Satan get away with that. No, they still Greeked up. Man, oh man. What are you thinking about? I mean, that just hits me. Let me get back over and then we're going to get Hannah here.
Yeah.
You didn't even get through verse 5, Lena.
And all these other translations out there, you can tell they grabbed the information from the King James.
That's it. These are King James. King got them. Old Jimmy got them. And they be no, we don't. We deal with the Hebrew. We did no, you don't.
You use the King
That
James.
Greek got them messed up. You can't see. Once you got the Dead Sea Scrolls, hey, and then you got the Aleppo. I'm gonna show y'all some of this stuff today. In the next session, I'm gonna show y'all some of these originals, some of these early.
Look, Renee Patterson said, "I thought the Old Testament were safe."
No. Nowhere near. No, they got you completely. That's why y'all think I started out translating. I've got Barashiyt and Shamut. Genesis and Exodus is done. It's been translated. Now we got to tighten up some words and stuff in there, Lena. Because he's cleaned up our Hebrew quite a bit since I first started translating 2 years ago. So now we're tight on our verbiage. Hey team, Hannah sent her email.
Yes, I got her.
Did you send her the link?
Yes, I'm working on it.
Okay, so Lena's just gonna send you the link. That way the team they overhit it. So you're right, Patrice. They just regurgitate these words. How many y'all getting a breakthrough? How many y'all are going, okay, I'm getting empowered because now I'm starting to understand how much they manipulated me and my family. I'm telling you, Renee, old Jimmy got them. They are Greeking me out. Did she got it, Lena?
Yes. So check your Telegram.
Check your Telegram, Hannah. I'm just telling y'all. We can't even get past verse 5 of Genesis. Now I'm gonna bring something down in 5. Watch this. And Elohim called the light day, and the darkness he called night. After the first day had completed, then the evening and morning came. This formed the first date. The date is the 24-hour period. Everybody say hallelujah.
Hallelujah. Put it in the chat.
Put it in the chat.
Screen.
Everybody type in the date equals 24-hour period. Date equals 24-hour period. Date equals 24-hour period. Now I'm not confused anymore about a day because now I've identified aren't there 12 hours in a day, as Yahushua said when he walked on the earth?
Yes. And the importance of that word, baby, when they said day, is because now you're going to do Shabbat day. No Shabbat date.
Yeah, he didn't say remember the Shabbat date.
Shabbat night.
He didn't say remember the Shabbat night. Let's get Hannah in here. Now you know that there's a day, basically 12 hours, and there's a night, basically 12 hours. Now I got 24 hours in a date. Ooh, y'all find the translations. Here come Hannah.
Hey,
Hey,
Sister
family.
Hannah.
So what happened, Hannah? Tell us. You said you ought to hear about that. What happened?
So, my dad was in here and he was in the kitchen and I'm sitting in the living room. We got all TVs going. When you go live, we got every TV going. So it's probably what you hear. But he was like, yeah, he said, they're all Greeked up. And then you said, no, Brother Norman. You said no. And then he said, I just got in trouble. And then you said, oh, Brother Norman, apology. He was like, yeah, Yahuwah. Yeah. So it was funny. It was funny. I was laughing because like the chat's going too, and it's just funny. It was beautiful though. But
Where's he at? Get him in here. Get him in here. Come on, Norman.
Hey, Brother
Talk to him,
Norman.
Brother Norman.
Yeah,
What'd you think about that? Brother Norman, what'd you think about that realization that Yahuwah put that on you to clarify with me so the world would know the truth? What do you think about that?
it was just in my ruach. It just really jumped out, and I thought it in the chat before I even thought about it. Because when it jumped out, it just automatically just put it through. And I got in trouble. Oh, my bad. Sorry, you.
No,
Yeah,
that's why, hey, promote the truth as a family. Well, we
yeah,
throw it out there, we discuss it. We don't smash people down. We sit back. But your brother, you see your brother, I owe you an apology.
yes, yes.
How'd that make you feel?
Oh, it just lifted my spirits up, because I'm 62 years old, and it took me a long time to find Yahuwah's name, the true name, the Father's name. The closest I could ever get was a capital Y, capital A, a capital H, a capital A. I mean, not A, but a U. And they said the U was silent, and it was Yah. And
That's
that's
it.
as close as I could get. And probably about maybe I'm gonna say around 2013, I actually found his name, but I
Right?
couldn't get nobody to, to follow some kind of true scriptures that you could relate to, because it
Right?
was still Greek up, you know. So I kept yelling at the Father, "Who are you?" Before I found out the true name of Yahuwah. I was like Brother Jay. I yelled it out. I quit. I put everything down. I took my King James version. I threw it in the trash, and now I'm waiting on the true scriptures to get here, because Yahuwah has a true calling. Because see, when I followed Shaitan, not only did I teach Sunday school, I taught various training for Shaitan. I'm not with Shaitan no more. I'm with my Father Yahuwah. That's who
Hallelujah.
Hallelujah.
I'm on fire for him, and I'm going to do what he tells me to do through the Yahuwah Ruach, who dwells within me.
He told you, he spoke to you today, brother. We love you and all we got. Big
Love
shout
you,
out to
Brother
Brother
Norman.
Norman. Everybody put some fire emojis in the chat.
Hi, buddy.
We love y'all.
love
I
you
see my little
guys.
young warrior by there. What's my man? What's my man? Where's he at? What's his name, my man?
Yahuwah!
We love him, man. Is that awesome, leader,
We
or what?
love you guys.
Leader,
Thank
check
you
that
for
Spanish in the chat. Check that Spanish in the chat. You see that?
Yes, I did.
You deal with it?
Yeah,
All right, yes.
it's gone.
Yeah. I love it. 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 I mean, y'all think about this. A date. See, now we got clarification. Now you can't confuse us. I'm still, leader, before I get past verse 5, I'm still wondering, have y'all found a translation anywhere in the world that has verse 5 correctly translated to where it doesn't confuse everybody? Have y'all went and vetted all the translations? Do we got to put some more in here? Because
I
this is
remember we
what,
did it. We did
right,
it. We did it. We did it when we was translating that, and there was none. So I would love for people to go do their own research too.
I mean, we scraped it. All I do is look at the Abari words. All right, this is simple. Y'all gotta understand. We do not, under any circumstances, have to ever, never, ever deal with the Greek. In the Tanakh, leader, especially the Tanakh. Especially the Tanakh. Why would you pull Greek in the Tanakh under any circumstances?
It's like Brenda Spencer said, deception and manipulation is real.
It's real. So we're gonna put a big old bullseye on the Septuagint in the next section, so y'all can understand why Brother Norman got that inspiration to make sure we blow up all these. See, these are King. Lena said it. This is King James driven.
Yeah, it is. You can tell from the words that they use when they use the translation, even the ones that have changed the names. We appreciate that, but you know, when we was talking about perfectionist and how the true scriptures was so like we put so much time into editing and reviewing because Yahuwah is perfect. And if that's the intention on getting Yahuwah's word out, it needs to be perfect and not just change here and there some words. It needs to have the proper work into the word of Yahuwah and do the full research, not just use as a base just the same thing that the King James had.
All right, now I kept waiting for people to put them in here. I'm gonna drill down about 10 different versions. Lena. I'm gonna put them in the chat because I done challenged y'all, but I'll make sure this was flushed out. Anybody out there that's getting all tore up because the true scriptures is exposing all this, we are respectfully asking you, can you provide us a version that has this verse, Genesis 1:5, clear to where it's not nonsense? Now, King James, they did a 21st century version, Lena. So it's been recently updated. Genesis 1:5. I'm gonna put it in there. This is King James. I'm gonna put it in the chat. Look at it. I'm gonna put it on the screen. All right. Read it, Lena. While I go grab another one. Can't hear you.
Sorry. And God called the light day, and the darkness he called night. And the evening and the morning were the first day. Amazing.
Does it make sense?
It don't make sense at all.
Okay. I'm gonna go get the Christian Standard Bible. I'm gonna sporadically put these in here, and y'all can see this is the Christian. Hey, they talk about their religion so much. This is the Christian Standard Bible in them. This is their standard, and this is Genesis 1:5. What they call it? I just put it in the chat. I'm gonna put it on the screen. Read that, Lena.
God called the light day, and the darkness he called night. There was an evening, and there was a morning, one day.
Does that make any sense, Lena?
No.
Like if you try to make that make sense, what would be the best sense you can make of that translation? Try to do the best you can.
It's like if he worked in the evening. And then like if the night was the morning. So no, I will have to flip the day and the night in order to put it up sense to this. So no.
Man, that just had me cracking up. I'm gonna put Lena, they said this is the easy to read version. Hold on, what they call it? Easy to read version. All right. All right. So this is gonna be.
Yeah, Robert Aaron says that it's like the night is one day.
All right, now, Lena, they say that this is the easy to read version. I'm going to put this up on the screen. Would you please read this book?
It says, God named the light day, and he named the darkness night. There was evening, and then there was morning. This was the first day. So they're trying to say, we all know that they're trying to say that Yahuwah worked. And that time of creation was the first day. But they start with an evening. There was the evening, there was the morning. That's the first day. Did Yahuwah work through the evening to the night and then to the other morning of the next day? That's the first day. And then a day when you just said in quotes, you had it in quotes. Look the quotes. It said God named the light day.
Oh, they put it in quotes, so they know
In
it's distinctive.
quotes. And then they named the darkness night. But then you go to the evening that is dark, and then to the morning that is light, and they call it day. So they mix dark and light and call it day. It's exactly what the Greek calendar, Roman calendar have right now.
We
Start
exposing it.
night, dark and light together makes a day. That's where they start in a day.
At midnight.
Because why? Look this. At midnight, you have half of the night, and then if you go to noon, that is midday, they have half of the night and half of the day. They calling it that a day. That's the first 12 hours of the day in the regular calendar right now.
Y'all better understand what she just said. She just said the first half of the Gregorian pagan calendar from midnight to 12 noon is a half a day.
Yeah.
Look what Jermaine put in here. Look what brother Jermaine Ford put. Google says, and we got some love for Google, but we know because they're giving us access to this platform. Shout out to Google, but Google got this one jacked up. Google says that a day is 24 hours and that a date is MM/DD. Google's over smoking some yang on that one.
Yeah, because Yahuwah Mashiach was very clear and it said, isn't it a day, 12 hours?
Yeah, isn't it 12 hours a day? Miss Q said that's not the easy to read version, that's the easy to lie version. Hey, and then Hannah said that's the easy to confuse version.
Yeah.
Hold on. Now, before the King James got here, there was the Geneva Bible. 1599. King James showed up in 1611. So maybe the Geneva, who was before the King James, maybe they weren't corrupted. Let's see what they say, Lena. I'm going to put that on the screen. Ready? Let's see if the Geneva 1599. Read that, Lena.
And God called the light day, and the darkness he called night. So the evening and the morning were the first day.
Day before King James. Day before King James.
Look, the best way even to say this is if you're going to try to say it like this, the first day, you're going to have to say, Yahuwah worked in the morning, in the afternoon, and that was the first day.
Hold on. I don't even know if y'all know this version is available. This is going to crack you up. This is going to tell you the paganism. Ready? Wait till I put this one in the chat. This is this version. Later, you go crack up when you see this.
Show me.
I'm going to put Genesis 1:5. And this version This is called the Names of God version. Plural. Names of God version. This is the Names of God Bible.
Elohim
Oh no,
named
let me put it on the screen. Let me put it up. Go ahead.
Elohim named the light day, and the darkness he named night. There was evening, the morning, the first day.
That's the Names of God Bible.
How many names you need? And how many names can you be saved? There's only one name on which all you be saved.
Marvin said, "What's amazing?" They said that all in one breath. Already, Rob. I mean, think about this. Is why I'm doing this, because we got so many different versions that we screen and look at all this stuff. Let me get
Yep.
another good one for Lena. I gotta get another good one for Lena. Oh, Lena. Let's get the new Catholic, not just the Catholic. Let's get the new Catholic version. That's
Those
their parent. This is their parent. This is who the whole world's following. Hold on. Let's get the new Catholic. Let's see.
Hannah said, the more I read these translations, the more it makes me laugh.
Yeah, you see, that's why y'all see me. We don't be tripping. We don't get emotional about it. We watch people get fired up. We watch people quote. Every time somebody quote me scripture, I'm respectful, but I don't give it no credibility. Ever.
And this is why, like, you're always like, baby, but what did you read this scripture? Like, the Bible growing up, I was like, I couldn't.
This was,
I
hey, Lena,
I
this was your
tried
new one.
reading this thing, and I
This,
cannot continue.
this was your new one, honey. This is your new one. The new
Okay.
cat. This is your new roots. Your new that your mom and them was following.
And he called the light day, and he called the darkness night. This was the evening. What was the evening? At the morning of the. Come on. This was the evening and the morning of the first day.
I want you coming from a Catholic background, having all these people in your family. Please explain us that sentence. This was the evening and the morning of the first day. Can you please try to explain that to us, please?
What was the. This was the evening. What? The dark and the day together? Because they're saying in the beginning, he called light day and darkness night. This was the evening and the morning of the first day. Like darkness and light, they're calling it to be the first day.
What
It,
you,
it,
what you
it
think?
just
What
it
you
don't
think?
make sense, and that's why I was never able to read the Bible or that thing, because when I read, it don't make sense. So I go back and to read it again, and then I get more confused. And then I was like, well, let's keep going, and I keep going. But then in the next things, you're like, what are you talking about? And I get lost, and my brain goes to thinking something else. So I decide to just don't read it, and I'm glad I never did it and went crazy on it, because this just don't make sense at all. My spirit knew it was wrong. That's why I never read it.
All right, let's just do one more. Now, surely the modern English version, because it's modern, we're in modern times. So the modern English version, surely they might have it right. So let's put that up to see if they got it. All right, here we go, Lena. You want to read that one? That's the
Yes.
modern English now.
God called the light day, and the darkness he called night. So the evening and the morning were the first day. You don't even
Evening.
start a day with an evening, starting from there.
Oh, hey. So could that describe why the quote Jews Start from evening to evening.
Yeah, well, that will be over the 12 hours.
I'm trying to figure. Now y'all understand. I wanted to do this. What does this little drill do for you, Lena? This little drill we just did.
I think it makes you question more. And I think, and I hope this help everyone that is here learning with us that is new, because we don't question things. And it sounds so ridiculous if you actually question it. Like if you read word by word and then you start questioning, okay, they're talking about an evening and then they're talking about a morning. Can an evening be the first thing in the day and then the morning? And Yahuwah is saying in the just couple words before, it's saying that light is day and darkness is night. But they're telling you that a combination of them is a day. So it just don't make sense. And I think it helps us to stop believing all these lies and start looking for your own truth. Like you have right now here Promote the Truth channel, and you can be part of this community. And if you're just learning about it, just like someone that we help and that we talked to him about Yahuwah just last week, just he says, you're giving me the facts, you're giving me the reasons, so just find your own reason and do your own reasoning. This makes sense. Just do go to the day to the regular life and start asking for yourself if this is something that is making sense, or they're just shooting that to your throat or pissing in your ear with this. What
Look what
you
Sister
just
Sherry
have.
wrote. Read that on the screen, man.
I have looked at every Bible from Y.
A to Y. So she went from the A. I
A
guess
to
she got to
Y.
Y. I don't know if they had a Z or not. All right.
They went to the C.
They didn't make it to the Z, Sister Sherry.
They went to A to Y in the Bible app.
She's like, all
And
right,
not
I went.
one of them is correct. Oh, wow, Sherry. It's amazing. It is amazing how the world is being deceived.
Read what
It
Brother
all
Marvin said.
it almost like they all of a sudden they went off topic. It
like,
doesn't
like,
even refer back to the subject matter. Sadly, I never saw that before.
like they were talking about one thing and then they jumped and started talking about
Yes,
something else in the same sentence.
yes. Yeah, because they're contradicting themselves in the same sentence. There's a contradiction in the same sentence. You don't even have to go to another book.
Hey, we up. Guess what we doing?
What?
What's today? We're doing kingdom business today. So why is tsinfo.org so important, Lena, before we close out this session? Who's all understood the assignment? You tell them why it's important. I'm going to give a shout out for everybody that's went over to tsinfo.org. Go ahead, Lena.
Explanations are not enough for what we just did. Being able to find in the first book, it just in the first chapter, in the first verses, that the deception is there. What is in the rest of the books? What is in the? We saw what happened with the Barashiyt Hadesh. So what is in that Tanakh, in the Old Testament, that you don't know, that you think you know? But as we just find this one, we haven't questioned in our lives everything that they told us. So the importance is that we need to get Brother Jay, not 24 hours, not a date, but a day, a day working into that translation. We need the team to be able to take care of everything that is happening. We need the apps to being built. We need every one of you to learn in the process of this translation, which require the team and Brother Jay to be doing lives, to be translating, but also bringing the truth at the same time, like we did with the Barashiyt. How much did we all learn when he was doing those lives? So being able to just work together, and in order to do that, we need there needs resources. Things don't happen for free in the world. You know, even if you go and buy the King James right now, you're not getting it for free. So there's a lot of cost in getting this done, and we are doing this in a record time. Like to have the Barashiyt ready for print in 9 months, that's unheard of with the translation that was done. Not just replacing the pagan names for some of the true names in the Greek translation. It's a translation from the true original words. So you're translating from one language to another one, not replacing words from an already translated document. So, or translation, I mean. So the importance of this is that we need your help. We need the whole community to hold hands and do the work that Yahuwah have called us to do. If you're listening to this, Yahuwah have called you to, and it's for you to take that decision. That power of deciding that He have gave us is, are we deciding to, were we choosing Him or are we not? Are we going to allow to the next generations to keep the deception as we grow up? Or are we going to have kids and grandkids that they can pick a correct book, a correct translation, and they can change history? So that is in the hands of every one of you listening right now live or listening the recording. You can change history because there's no one true scripture out there that have the true word of Yahuwah. And we just prove it with that chapter that a date is a different than a day. And it's not because we said it. It's because in that same verse, Yahuwah is telling us what a day is. So for somebody else to want to confuse the whole humanity while the answer is on top of those words is not fair, is not appropriate, and is a deception for the world. And it's in our hands to change that.
It's in our hands. You can do something about it. So what we got to do now is we're calibrating now the resources, the team. We would like to add some more people on the team to be able to go even faster. It all comes down to to the financial support to do it. The time. I'm getting ready to go back in, like Lena said. I'm about to start within the next week or so, translating again in the Tanakh. I've already got the Brit. I've already got Barashiyt, Genesis done. I'll go back, clean up some words in that. That's where I'll start. Then I'll review what I've translated in Shammut. That's Exodus. It's already done. 40 chapters. So 50 chapters of Genesis, Barashiyt, 40 chapters of Shammut done. Halfway done with YAHUAH. That's Leviticus. So what will happen is I will go back, do a review of Genesis and Exodus, Barashiyt and Shammut. Then I'll finish YAHUAH. And then Yahuwah's put it on my heart again. He says, the way you went and did the Barashiyt, do the Tanakh the same way. So instead of me going in order, he's going to inspire me which books to do. So then we'll be releasing some of those on the digital platform as they come out.
We know that the Genesis, the Barashiyt is right now in the digital collection.
It's on the collection.
All those that have PAX holders, if you don't have your access to the digital collection, make sure you send an email to info@promotedtruth.com to get your access to that. You have right now, how many books we have? We have books from the Barashiyt, and we have books, and we have the Genesis. The whole Genesis is right there. And if you're not a package holder, you can go to the digital collection. You can go to promotedtruth.com and look for the digital collection link, And right there, you can purchase the Genesis on its own if you want to start reading that the correct way. It's going to be updated by the time Brother Jay is doing the translation, but it's, you're going to see the basis of what Yahuwah wanted to tell us.
It's going to be off the charts. So everybody do something today. We're doing kingdom business. This telethon, this day one, we're going to do a day two in the next 2 or 3 days. It's going to tell us how we allot time. It's going to tell me, can I continue to do lives consistently, or do I just need to stay focused on translating? I'm going to have to figure that out. So if y'all want me to continue to do lives, I'm going to have team come back and support me on the other projects. There's a lot to do. Way more books in the Tanakh that we got to do. Right? Now, what we're doing now is an 8-week campaign. We actually adjusted it to September the 30th. So we moved it from August 31st to September 30th because we're just now ramping up here today. We've been spending so much time wrapping up the first campaign that we was like, oh, it took us pretty much this month to get it tightened up. So you got till the 30th of September to get up as high in the packages as you can. In the next session, we'll break down the packages for you to make sure everybody knows it and explain it. Get up as high as you can. We're going to start releasing badges for the new one, for the new campaign, well, the first week of this upcoming August. So as soon as this month closes out, within the first week, we'll release whoever's reached badges, the opal, the topaz, the emeralds, the sapphires. We'll start releasing those digital badges out that you can share. Believe it or not, they have a big impact on your social media. You might not think that people are like really getting it. You just post and you share, right? And put a link up there, how they can support. Put the name video up there. People are going, what is that about? How are you getting this recognition? People love that recognition.
Yes.
Your average family and friends, they ain't getting that kind of recognition in their life. And all of a sudden they say, what are you doing where you get recognized like that? Well, I'm doing the most important project since the Savior came to the world and resurrected. I'm involved in that. So the people that's went over, I named off a bunch of people when we started this off. But guess what? We got more people, Lena, that's went over to tsinfo.org, tsinfo.org. We've got Frankie Stevens went over, 52.23. Cheryl Storch went back over, $104. Anna Tatum went over, $208. Brand new, Ayanda Mihizi, $7.50.
Thank you.
Patricia Lindsay, $10.70. Desiree, $10. Selena Jackson, she came in with $311. So I think Selena's approaching
Emerald.
Emerald. Yeah. So I think she's past Opal. I think she's past Topaz. I think she's almost to Emerald already. Estelle Dunoms, 52. Come on.
Woo!
We got William Pollock from Ireland, $40. Denise Thompson, $50. Think about, all you got to really do is think about your first fruits too. Just think about first fruits. How can I come to Yahuwah and let him know that I got his back? Because I know he's got my back, but I want him to know that he can count on me to get this word spread. These videos, this time, all this time we're putting in here is helping people. How many of y'all got help? How many of y'all getting stronger? How many of y'all feel better in the word? How many of you got more confidence like never before because we're on here doing these lives? We're putting these videos out, this content that you're supporting at tsinfo.org. So
Yes.
we love y'all, man. I tell you what, we're gonna have a rocking second session because we were just warming this up.
Yes, Brother Randy. No, whatever happened in the Barashiyt campaign was in the Barashiyt campaign. This campaign is a new campaign and is not accumulating between them. Okay, it's a whole different project. It's a whole different infrastructure and everything. The systems, everything is different. And we have to keep it separated to have a good accounting on everything and how things right now, the packages, the list of addresses, the people, I know people are asking us to maybe the name was spelled wrong or something like that. So we're tidying that up to get the t-shirt the names on the t-shirts done, and then be able to send out all the packages. So that is happening, okay? So the next 2 weeks, week 2 weeks is just shipping, packing and shipping, packing and shipping, packing and shipping. So that's why we cannot combine these campaigns, okay? We love you all and appreciate this time.
Yeah, it's allocation. We've allocated the resource for the first campaign, and that's allocated. So now it's been designated. This is where that money's going, doing this, doing that. That's done. New campaign, new designs, new swag items, new everything is happening to support this campaign. 2 separate campaigns. We appreciate it if you participate in both campaigns. You don't have to. But if you won 44, hey, you already know what time it is. So we love y'all. We'll catch you back here about 2:15ish. Might even start earlier. 2 p.m. Eastern Standard Time is long for. We'll probably start about 10 minutes after that because we got a bunch of work to do between now and then. We're going to work in the name of Yahuwah. We love y'all. We'll see y'all back here.